Okay, folks, we'll get LeMans Ultimate here fired up shortly. We just had to finish going through my checklist. And I think I have to go shut off a light real quick. That's unnecessary. Okay, I think we should be ready to go. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless wonder, the man Lincoln Clay. We are back with a live stream of LeMans Ultimate, about to dive back into the LMP2 GTE race at Spa. Get this thing fired up here. And so I will start by apologizing for not following through with the Forza Motorsport stream that I had been wanting to do. Number one is I dove back into Forza a couple of days ago, and I wanted to make sure that I could pretty much stand on anything that I believe, because when I was going to do that stream, I was going to talk about basically Forza versus GT7, the differences between the two games and which one I like more. And I honestly, you know, saying it right here and now, I honestly think that Forza is a better game than GT7 in terms of choice of cars, and more daily events to choose from. I mean, we're talking about 11 daily events for Forza versus only 3 for GT7, and I do believe that the maps, the tracks, I think they look better on Forza. I think they have better lighting, better shadows, better reflections. You see live reflections on cars. I mean, even like LeMans Ultimate and Automobilista 2, I can play those. You know, the reflections on those, yeah, you see reflections from the environment, but not live reflections from the other cars. But you see that on Forza, and I think it looks pretty damn good. So when it comes to the actual environment, I think Forza is the best out of all these games. It's just a shame that it doesn't have VR. I think where GT7 has Forza beat is the car models. I think more detail goes into the GT7 versions of cars that you would see, and I even dare say that at times you might spot something within the Forza models that looks kind of lazy. So short story long, I don't think I compiled enough. I don't think I made enough of case where I can clearly say that Forza's hands down. It would be mostly subjective, but more so than anything, I just at the last second, I just decided that I was not in the mood for the possibility of fanboys coming in there, and then I find myself going back and forth with them. So I didn't do it. So let me get LMU fired up here.
Radio check.
Ah, shit, there's an update. I'll deal with that later. Change active game. All right. So we're about to boot up LMU. Wait a minute, where the hell is it? There it is. I was gonna say. All right, we got about 10 minutes before a race starts, so I'll get registered, and then and I'll quickly try to fly through why I said that I think I'm done upgrading hardware. Daily here. So 8 minutes. 41 and 15. And my good friend Henez Catone is in this race. I've told you guys before that we, myself and Henez Catone, we're going to team up for a race once we get the driver swaps next month. So definitely tune into that. All right, we are registered. So the situation with hardware, you know, you guys heard me say it trillions of times that I've got 4 PCs, starting with this one's got a 4090. That one in there, it's got a 3080 Ti, which is more or less my son's computer. So he has something to play when he comes over here on the weekend and we don't get in each other's way. Then I have my streaming PC in the other room here, which has a 3070 Ti, but it is strong enough to play any game that I want, you know. So whenever I'm in the bedroom and I'm playing a game like Battlefield or something like that, then I have a PC that's more than strong enough to run those games at 4K 60 or better. And then my 4th PC behind me is up against the wall that's got a 2070 in it, and that thing has been sitting up against the wall for months. I haven't used it since I blew a fuse a few months ago. So starting, I guess, with the 4090, what brought me to that point is that, you know, a few years ago, ACC was my favorite sim, and to run that game in VR is very, very, you know, you need a really, really beefy PC to run that game. And throughout the years, I have done upgrade after upgrade after upgrade to kind of bring me where I am right now with LeMans Ultimate, where, like, with LeMans Ultimate, I can run this thing at Ultra, and I can run it at 3500p through the OpenXR toolkit without the PC breaking a sweat. And so back in the days when, for instance, when I had like a 3070, I was running ACC at 72 frames per second or 72 hertz, and I had to play with the settings, you know, and I'm running them between, you know, I'm kind of higher than low settings, but lower than medium settings. So I'm playing with all this shit. And so by the time I built my PC with a 3080, or with a 3080 Ti, I was able to run everything at high or even play with a couple of things being at ultra settings, a couple of the settings, and but I was still running it at 72 hertz. And I never really, because at that time it was okay for me. And then when I bought the HP Reverb G2, that has two modes, 60 and 90 hertz, and I was able to run that at 90 hertz, but I had to turn down a lot of stuff because this is still ACC we're talking about, and that's basically what led me to build this PC with the 4090 in it, and this PC can run ACC at ultra settings at 90 frames per second without breaking a sweat, unless I boost the resolution all the way up to like 3800 or something, which it could still do it, but I don't like to run it that high. So if I had a chance to do it all over again, I'm not exactly sure that I would have bought this 4090 because the 3080 Ti, basically that was enough, because I dive back into that 3080, you know, whenever my son's not here, and that PC can run any of my PCs. I mean, it can run any of my games, regardless of flat screen or VR. It can run anything at 4K 60 Ultra. And so using LeMans Ultimate, for instance, I can run that at 90 frames per second, and this is raw, not with the frame generation or DLSS. This is 90 frames raw, and I can run it at high settings at around 2900p. And I think, at least for me with the equipment that I have, once I go above 3400p, it's a case of diminishing returns, where I'm just raising the resolution, but I'm not seeing the difference with my own eyes. So I'm a sim racer, and I'm going to be a sim racer until the day I die. And I think with sim racing titles, I don't think you're ever gonna need, you're never gonna have to keep upgrading hardware because of sim racing games, because they still aim for the lower spec PCs in order to, you know, to get as many people on board as possible. So that being said, if I would have gotten my hands on a 5090, it would have made absolutely zero sense, because after seeing the benchmark videos between the 4090 and the 5090, it's almost like, you know, the 5090 in some cases it only runs about 10 frames faster than a 4090. In some cases it might have been 20. And with me already running this game at 90 frames per second, I can run it at 120 if I choose to, but I just stay at 90 because that's the sweet spot. And then through the OpenXR toolkit, I'm currently running this game at about 3300p, and I can still go higher than that. And then as far as the settings goes, I'm running it, I believe, at high settings. Let's have a quick look. Maybe medium, but I think high. Yep. So I'm running it at high, and it's not even a break in the sweat. So buying a 5090 makes absolutely no sense when this 4090 is getting the job done. My 3080 Ti is getting the job done. Now, the gray area would be my 3070 Ti on the streaming PC. I can run, using this game as an example, I can run LeMans Ultimate at 90 frames per second, but the settings, I would have to, you know, tweak it. Some things would be on medium, some things would be on low, but it'd be enough to run the game at 90 frames per second. Like games like Formula 1 2024, for as beautiful as that game looks, it's not that demanding of a game, surprisingly. So I can easily run it at 90 frames per second on my 3070, and settings, I can run it on, I think I can run it on high. May have to tweak a couple of things, but I think I can run it on high, but medium would be the safe bet. So my point being is that it makes no sense upgrading this 4090. It makes no sense upgrading that 3080 Ti. The only PC where I might possibly upgrade it would be the 3070 Ti. If I can get my hands on a the 3070 Ti. If I could get my hands on a 5070 at retail, like the Founders Edition for $550, I might possibly do that. But any of my other PCs, it doesn't make any sense. And then the PC sitting here with the 2070 in it, that thing's just sitting there, and I'm still trying to decide what to do, whether to sell it to somebody or break it apart and sell the pieces, because that has a 2070 i5 9600K, I think about 32 gigs of DDR4. So I can still break that apart. But so yeah, that all that being said, it really doesn't make any sense for me to upgrade at least this PC in the 3080. It doesn't make any sense. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got caught up in that Nvidia shit when they revealed the 5000 cards. And first I was aiming for a 5070, then I was gonna go for a 5070 Ti, then I was gonna go for a 5080. But all that shit is so hard to get because it was, you know, low supply in order to artificially drive up demand, not to mention that the scalpers had got everything. So after a while I was able to come to my senses and then just decide, nope, I do not need a 5080. I really don't need a 5070 Ti. Now, I really don't need the 5070 as far as that goes, but with that retailing for $550 for the Founders Edition, I might be willing to buy that if I can get my hands on it at retail. All right, let's do a few laps. So I think that's about it. That's one of the conversations that I wanted to have, explaining why it, you know.
Its exit looks clear.
Yeah, dude, I'll let you go. Go ahead.
We've got cold brakes all round. Be careful. Clear left.
Trying to get cute. Oh, no wonder he got cute. That was an Escatone. He got on the side of me and flashed me. No wonder he got. I'm like, why is this dude being cute? Just go. All right.
That's the end of the session. D11.
Yeah, I noticed on my wheel here, some of the Alcantara is starting to peel off, and I got a hole in one of my gloves, so I'm going to hop on Amazon and order some more gloves. So this is split 1 of 2. Oh shit. If they got me rated number 11 at the bottom of the pile, I'm actually in a good situation because I know I'm not going to finish last.
Looks like you're clear on the pit exit. Okay, Clay, we've got 9 minutes to do the business. Your brakes are cold. We need to get some heat into them. The track temperature is increasing. It's now 26 Celsius.
Eric McCrading said, on your right, let's go.
Absolutely. How you doing, Mr. McGrady? Oh, shoot.
217.87. Okay, Clay, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
That time was a 2:20.49.
Brake temperatures are okay. Just done a 217.22.
Oh, that stings.
Sector 1 is 0.30 off the pace. Cold tyres all round. Sector 2 is 1.2 off the pace.
That time was a 2:20.68.
Sector 3 is 0.9 off the pace.
That was not a good exit.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go. The leader has just done a 216.90.
Yikes.
Sector 1 is 0.7 off the pace. Left side, clear left. Sector 2 is 1.6 off the pace.
I lost so much time.
The guy behind has just done a 222.22.
I'm just not having a good quality today. This is probably gonna be my last shot.
is 1.7 off the pace. That's the end of the session, 10th position.
Damn it.
Time 2:19.39.
Damn. Wasn't enough. Oh, he did a 218.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
So 17 laps as usual. I got to do 5 full laps at the minimum, but I'm going to do 6. Yeah, I'm about a full second slower today than I have been in the past. Look at that, seventh in a Corvette, and they beat cunt. Oh God.
Formation lap has started. green flag.
Clear the car, clear left. Yellow flag. I think P4's gone off. Well done, Clay. Good start. Sector 1 is clear. Right side's clear. Right side's clear. Yellow flag, watch out. It looks like Maya and Demon have gone off.
Good
Yellow
lord.
is now in the lead. Sector 2
Eric
is green.
McCrading said, "Stay clear of the idiots and you should be fine."
Clear left.
That's easier said than done, but yeah, that's sound advice.
Okay, Clay, don't let this guy distract you.
Time 2:35.
B7.
6.8.
Car ahead is Enrique. Defend hard, make them work for it. Clear right.
Thank you for not killing me.
Lap 2, 19.7.
7th position. Anyone out of track limits, keep it between the lines. Car right, clear right. Come on, don't let him get away. Clear left. The guy in front is Rysen. Gap to E7. Ahead is increasing. It's now 0.8. Right sides are cold.
Time 2:21.20.
Sector 1 is yellow. Green flag in Sector 1. Your tyres are cold, watch out. Nice and tidy. Okay, Clay, keep an eye on the pressure. You'll make a mistake.
9.8.
limits. To Borba behind us now, 0.7, sector 2 is yellow. Okay, Clay, you're reading radio. The gap's now 0.46. Acknowledged, pit stop requested. Green flag in sector 2. Pit crew's ready. Bad luck, Clay. Come on, don't let him get away. The guy ahead is Swarber.
That time was a 2:31.83.
We're done. Go, go.
Damn, that fuel.
There's a car approaching. Don't cross the white line. Blue flag. You're being caught by the faster class cars. The guy in front is Alfredo. Clear left. P10. Blue flag. Okay, Clay, there's a faster class car approaching. Behind's a faster class. Blue flag. Clear left. Clear left. Blue flag.
Lap 2:56.74.
Faster car approaching. Blue flag. Flag.
I was gonna let him go.
Clear right.
Katone! No, okay. No wonder he didn't force his way through.
Blue flag. There's a group of faster cars behind. They're racing for position. Car right. Clear right. You've just done a right, clear right. Alright Clay, we're halfway home. We're looking alright here. Keep your concentration nice and smooth. There's 20 minutes to go, 20 minutes.
Why is he slowing down?
flag, caution. We think that Hudson has gone off, green flag in sector 2, yellow flag sector 3.
Almost lost that back end.
Okay, Clay, you're halfway home. Got plenty of fuel. That last lap was a 219.77. The track temperature is falling. It's now 21 Celsius. Track limits, watch those lines. Minutes remaining, 15 minutes to go. Sector 3 is green. Okay, Clay, just cut the track.
He's coming out of the pits right now.
Yellow flag, sector 2. We think that radio has been dead. Sector 2 is now green. Gap to 10th position. Behind is increasing. It's now 1.0 seconds. The leader, Jana, is pitting. Enrique is pitting from position 4. He should come out close in front of you. Cox is leading the race. Radio is pitting from P7. It looks like he'll come out just behind you. Alfredo in front is pitting. Alright Clay, faster car approaching. It's their class leader.
Lap 2, 90.37.
Flag. Clear right. The car in front of us is Radio. You've just cut the track. You've got half your fuel left. Blue flag. Okay, Clay, there's a faster car approaching. 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. Clear left. Reeling right view. The gap is now 0.7. Cox is entering the pits. He's in P1. We think he'll come out close in front. Yellow flag, sector 3. Jana is now leading. There's a faster car approaching.
Time 2:90.84.
sector 1, yellow flag. We can see.
He gonna catch it with the right time.
Blue flag. Stay between the lines, please, Clay. Past the car behind. Blue flag. Green flag, sector 1. Clear right. You're just gonna have to send it, mate.
That time was a 2:20.32.
Damn it.
Has stepped in. Okay, Clay. The next car is hurry up. Sector 3 is clear. Green flag. Yellow flag. 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes left. Stay on it. Keep digging. It looks like Enrique has binned it. Green flag, sector 2. It's a faster class car approaching. Blue flag. Side's clear. Incident in sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow. Keep pushing it, there'll be a chance here. That was,
Oh shit, I saw something funky there for a second.
There's some faster cars approaching. They're fighting for position.
It looked like his car stopped for a second.
Blue flag. Sector 3 is clear. Right side's clear. Clear right. Yellow flag in Sector 2. We think Clement.
Oh no!
Blue flag. Clear right. Minutes to go, 2 minutes. Green flag, Sector 2. Sector 2 is 0.3 seconds off the pace.
Really, dude?
Car in front is radio. You're taking a tiny bit of bodywork damage, but you won't feel it.
That's how you feeling, huh?
Okay, it's over.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a dirty move there,
pit stop
Rivy.
requested.
I mean, I'll take the 7th place, but at the end of the day, I'm going to blame it on my pace. If I would have been able to get into the 218s, I would have been past those two cars after they come out of the pits, and I would have finished 5th instead of 7th. So, I mean, not a bad race, but not a great race either. So, yeah, but that was a little bit of a dirty move on Rivy's part. Oh well. I mean, I don't blow my gasket anymore the way I used to, because I've just come to the understanding that that's just the way they're gonna race on LeMans Ultimate. Well, we didn't lose any rank, so I'll take that. 0.1% rank. So I'm still silver. I live to fight another day. So I was expected to qualify 10th. And that's exactly what I did. But I did finish 7th.
Eric McCready said, solid driving, Clay.
Hey, thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. But I'm going to tell you, I was not comfortable that race. I was like on edge. There was a couple of times when I went around the corner and I could feel the car slipping. And I either I let off the brakes, either I let off the throttle or I tapped the brakes, and that was able to get the car back online. But yeah, there was a couple of them. There was a couple of times I was scared I was going to lose it. And then I think I was a little bit more dialed in the last 3 or 4 laps when I was chasing those 2 Porsche. But I couldn't break into the 218s, and I think that's what it came down to. So
the Graybeard Gamer said, nice race.
Thank you, Gray. By the way, Gray, if you happen to be watching, I am planning to meet Darkensaw at the Sim Gaming Expo. It is an expo that's going to be in Chicago, and it's basically going to be like a sim racing expo, like sim flight sim expo, all that stuff. So basically flight and racing sim stuff like that. So where you could test out the latest equipment, yada yada yada, you know, kind of like you would at the sim racing expo in Germany or something like that. So they're trying to make this sim gaming expo bigger than the sim racing expo in Germany. So this is in Chicago, I believe the weekend of September 13th. So I am going. Darkensaw already parked it. He already bought his ticket. I'll be buying mine either this week or next week. Oh, you know, one more thing, Gray, if you happen to be listening. I meant to comment on your last video where you said you were like 1 or 2 seconds off the pace. I'm going to show you something real quick. Go to graphics, controls, force feedback, calibrate. Okay, so if you're still watching, Gray, each day that you get ready, if you're not already doing this, but each day that you hop into your rig and get ready to race, make sure your pedals are calibrated, because what happened to me was, if you're looking at this steering, throttle, brake, all that stuff, if you're looking at those inputs, there were races where I had my foot to the floor and it was only showing like 88, 90% input. So I was like 2 seconds a lap slower. And then I had to calibrate it so I can get there to 100%. The other thing that was happening to me was the brakes. There was times where I was racing and you see right there the brake input already at 4, 5%, even though my foot was not on the pedal. So it was slowing the car down right from the start. And I had to recalibrate my pedals again. Not only that, I had to give it a little bit of space so I could rest my foot on the brake. So I probably say I'm only pressing the pedal down about 2-3% before it finally registers an input. So yeah, I would double check your pedals and make sure they are calibrated. Because these updates, these Microsoft updates, these Nvidia updates, it'll mess up all your stuff, man, across the board. And so many of my apps have gotten messed up, and I had to go back and put them back to the settings that I had them. So yeah, just a little bit of a suggestion there, my guy. Just make sure your brakes are calibrated every time before you jump into a race. Well, not every time before you jump in a race, but like when you first fire up your computer or something like that, check your brakes, make sure they still set to where you had them at. So as far as this race goes,
the Graybeard Gamer said, I'm down.
Okay. Oh, cool, man. Hope to see you there. But But yeah, as far as this race goes, man, my pace wasn't there because my best lap was a 219 flat. And when I'm doing pretty good, I can get it to the mid 218s. As far as qualifying goes, my best qualifying lap was a 218 flat. So bottom line is, if I would have been able to get into the 218s, I would have finished maybe 5th. So, but hey, it's better than losing rank. And thanks so much, Gray. Appreciate it, man. I guess one more thing, Gray, while we on the subject. So my friend Hans Catone that was in this race, I'm teaming up with him next month to do a team race when we get the driver swap next month. If you want to do a race, with me, holla at me, man. We'll do a race too. So, like my closest sim racing friends, like you, Hanez Catone, Dark and Saw, I want to do team races with all of y'all. So maybe a 4-hour race, 6-hour race, where we do like an hour stint a piece or something. So, yeah, man, I would love to do that. So, what time is it? 7 o'clock. I don't feel like getting up, but I got to go to the store and pick up some odds and ends for work tomorrow. And then I'm just going to come back and stretch my feet and watch some YouTube, watch everybody else race. I put mine in for the day. Depending on what the daily race is tomorrow, because we get new daily races every Tuesday, I might be back tomorrow. If it's a race where I'm not that good at the track and I'm going to need some practice, then you guys might not see me until Wednesday or Thursday. Excuse me. So with that, I'm Boogie on out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. See you all on the next one. Until the next one, you all know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king. And deuces. Catch you later, everybody. Have a good one.